Hey YouTube, I'm going to talk about Empire last night. So it's season 3, episode 8. First, before I even start this recap, I want to ask brothers a question because I'm very confused. Are black men still wearing perms in 2016? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just so out of it because first of all, I ain't got no hair, and secondly, I'm not into the hip hop scene or fashion or knowing what's current. But to me, this hairdo that he keeps insisting upon wearing is so 1969, 72, 76. You know, I don't understand this perm he got going on. last last week he had a putting the curlers in. Lord, my stepfather was doing that shit back in the 60s. Anyway, so I'll start paying attention, seeing what people are wearing. But whatever it is, that ain't good. All right, so Empire episode 8 opens up with Cookie, Angelo, and Angelo's mother coming through a tunnel. I guess they're at Empire. I don't know what's going on with Fox, but usually the next day you can see Empire again on demand. For some reason that wasn't true today, so I have to do this by memory from what I watched last night. Usually I watch it last night and this morning, so it will be fresh in my mind. Story. So for some reason they're lagging. Queen Sugar did that a lot also. Okay, so the three of them coming through the tunnel together, and they walk in on Tiana while she's doing a song. Uh, Tariq's mother, I'm not sure what her name is, but I mean Angelo's mother says that she really liked the mother song that Jamal did last week. She really liked that song, and she wants him. She wants Jamal to write a song for Angelo's campaign, campaign song. And Cookie said, "No, we can get somebody else to do that." He said, "No, I want to do it." So anyway, he's gonna write the music for this theme song of his. Uh, Thirsty. Okay, so Thirsty has been assigned to look into Tariq's past, into his personal life, and dig up some dirt so they can get Tariq off of Lucius's ass if he has some dirt on him. Thirsty has had him and his boys have been checking into every detail of this man's life. They can't find anything wrong, anything they can use. So the report is a negative report to Lucius from Thirsty. Uh, Vanessa. Okay, so Cookie clashes with this fashion designer, this white lady. Not sure what her name is. She's a big fashion designer, and she's going to do some kind of thing with Tiana doing the music for her new line. And so Cookie and her have a few words at the beginning. And Nessa, who is Vanessa, who is Shine's supposed sister, she wants in on this fashion shoot. And so they start hatching a plan. She lets Andre know that she wants in on this. She wants to do this thing with Tiana. At first, it's with Tiana, but we kind of know what's going to happen there. Okay, now remember I got to try to remember this stuff, so forgive me for checking my notes. Um, Leah and Nika fighting. Okay. Leah. I think that's Lucia's mother's name, and Anika are battling. They're fighting. They're both coming to Lucia's, complaining about the other one. Lucia said, "You guys gonna have to get this shit together. You have to live in this house together." And so he takes them both to a restaurant so they can kind of iron out some of these differences they got. And uh, is the mother's name Leah? Anyway, Lucia's mother, she turns the restaurant out. She starts going, "Oh!" So he's trying to talk to her, quiet her down, and she's getting louder and louder in the restaurant, right? She's like, "Oh, you're hurting me. Oh, you're hurting me. Oh, please don't lock me back in that room where you locked me in. It's like a safe down there. Oh. So she's making this big scene, embarrassing him. Meanwhile, the FBI agent is in the restaurant with them, keeping an eye on them. And Tariq, who remember is Lucius's mother, is her other son. He is hearing him in there. Sounds like he's abusing the mother. And so he wants to go in the room and kick Lucius' ass, right? But the other FBI won't let him go. He said, no, we have to build this case kind of thing. And, okay, we'll get back to that storyline. That's kind of interesting, actually. Okay, so Tiana, she's getting ready for this big photo shoot. Tiana's got a lot of attitude. She's got real snappy, diva-ish in these last episodes, right? So she never seems to be in a very good mood. Anyway, so she's preparing for this big shoot. Okay, so she's ironing the dress. Someone, I don't remember, she's ironing the dress. Someone in the room is ironing the dress for her, getting it ready. And Nessa comes in, walks in on them, and she ends up burning the dress up, throwing the dress over on a hot iron. Okay, so the dress catches on fire. Now, Nessa wants this music shoot. I have to keep calling it the music shoot. I don't know exactly what it is because it's not a fashion show, although she's wearing her fashions as she performs this song kind of thing. So it's a joint venture. Let me move this up a little bit. Okay, I got it wrong. Okay, so she accidentally burns his dress up, right? So now the girl can't wear the dress. The white woman's she gets into it with Tiana, and so because when Tiana is mad, she says all these things about this woman, about this about the whole setup, just some nasty things, and somebody records it and then puts it online. This show puts a lot of stuff online. I think you have to watch out what you're doing around these people. But the woman hears about it, so she no longer wants Tiana to perform, to wear her clothes. And so Nessa is getting what she wanted. It turns out Andre is behind this because Andre wants her to have this shoot also. So first it's going to be like Nessa just going to join in with Tiana, and then they eliminate Tiana with this recorded tirade of hers. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it appears that Tariq is working with Mama Leah. I hope I'm getting that woman's name right, but the mother, and she wants her to get information about what's going on with Lucius. Remember, he's investigating Lucius, and he wants to prove that this marriage is a sham, so he can force Anika to testify against him. Well, Mama Leah said, "Ooh, they sure are nasty in the house. They just having sex all the time. I wasn't having sex like that when I was getting married. When I was married, your daddy was like that. Always want to, And then so he said, "Oh, they have sex. That's not good news to him because what he wants to prove is they're not having sex. That the baby belongs to Akeem, and they're just this is a sham for her not to testify." So I don't know how the legalities of all that works. I'm sure it's not. I mean, because if you're married, you're married. I don't know how you're gonna prove that it's not a real marriage because you ain't fucking her. A lot of married people don't fuck their wives. That ain't no proof. Anyway, but for the sake of the story, so she tells themselves that they do it all the time. They were all on the table with it. There's a scene where Lucius comes in and he sees Anika in her panties, and they go over there and they get it on. The mother walks in on it. She said, "Oh, what you doing? You're nasty. Get off my table. I eat there." Okay, but we'll get back to that storyline because there is a severe twist in that. Jamal is okay. So we know Jamal is still going to, he got to get a little tougher skin. He is still devastated by this PTSD uh, from being shot, right? So he's got this sponsor guy, who they make the sponsor guy very sexy, but so far there's been nothing going on between them. But they always have them in close proximity. And why did they have to get somebody who looked like that to play that role? So I thought from the beginning, okay, this is going to be his new boyfriend. But so far, it's just a sponsee relationship. My guess is going to be, though, at the climax of this season, they're going to be together some kind of way. Something's going to happen between them. Anyway, so now the sponsor is trying to help him to get over this trauma he suffered with technology. So I know Empire does advertising in there's commercials in these shows. Like last week, it was the all about the Continental, showing the inside of the Continental, all the details of the Continental car. This week, I'm noticing this big goggle thing. This is the big Google thing that he has on his eyes. I don't know if they're pushing those for the Christmas season. This big thing you put over your eyes. You become a part of the scene or whatever. So he's going to try to heal him with this. So he puts this thing on his head, and then the sponsor, I just call him the sponsor, he adds things to what this virtual experience he's having. So first he has empty stadium, and then he said, okay, now I'm going to fill the stadium. So then he starts putting all these thousands of people in the stadium, and he's adding things. But at some point, Frida Gatz shows up in the thing. So her part's got to be coming from his mind, because I'm sure there's not a program with Frida Gatz coming riding up on him. I don't know how they would have something like that. But so he's watching it through this virtual thing that he's in a concert, and he starts playing the piano. So he's performing, and it feels like he's in a concert, is what these advertisers want us to believe. And then, and when she pops up, he freaks out. Okay, as he's freaking out, Lucius enters the picture. So I guess they all got keys to each other's apartments, because and Lucius feel like I'm paying the bills, so I have keys to everything that moves or doesn't move, or that you're moving in. Anyway, so Lucius comes in. He's all angry. He's upset. What are you doing to him? What you got? Because he had got electrodes on his chest. What you got? Things on your titties? What are you doing to him? So they explain all the situation, and Lucius tells Jamal, tells him a couple of things. One thing he tells him is that first of all, he doesn't want that song used that he's saying, the Cookie song. Tells too much of their personal business and shines too much about bad light on him. He don't want to ever hear that song again. The second thing he tells them is, your career has continued to slip and slide into the abyss. So in this next performance, whatever the performance is, if you cannot bring this next performance, if you are not successful in this next performance, Empire is dropping you. So you're going to be an independent artist if you can't bring it. So I suggest you get it together. Stop playing with these toys. Pull yourself together, and you better make it happen this time. So he threatens him. Okay, so of course Jamal's got a plan to get even with him on this. Okay, Andre works a deal to replace Tiana for the designer. Okay, so now Nessa wanted this thing really bad, right? And so they do it. The burning of the dress, the leaking of the video where the woman becomes aware of Tiana's rant. All that was orchestrated by Andre. Okay, so now Andre comes to he comes to her place, and the person, now he done got rid of Tiana on the song in the fashion shoot, but he still hasn't. I mean, Nessa is not necessarily in. Doesn't mean she goes in automatically. So he goes to her house, and he's going to talk her into using Nessa. He drops her name. She said, "No, I'm gonna use someone else that I'm already familiar with." She said, "Oh, a white girl." She says something about preference is not prejudice, something like that. It tells her about how she's not prejudiced, how she's not a bigot, how her daughter plays with some celebrity's black daughter, and all this kind of stuff. But she wants to go with these other people. She feels more comfortable with it. Basically, like this Tommy Hilfiger thing, where they want to have a certain crowd attracted to their clothing. Even though this line of clothing is supposed to be Afrocentric, they want to, kind of whitewash it. So he said, okay. So Andre is preparing to leave, and the woman, is combing her little girl's hair at the time. And she said, "You love combing her hair, huh, don't you?" And she said, "Yes, I love my daughter's hair." And so the next thing we know, he leaves, didn't say anything more. And then he pulls one of these Godfather things, Remember with the Godfather, the person woke up with their prize horse's head on the bed. Well, in this one, the little girl wakes up, starts rubbing her beautiful hair, and it starts coming out. Now, I have a criticism here. I know Lee Daniels is working on his new show, Star or whatever, or maybe he's got other projects going on. But some of the writing, because they didn't do nothing towards explaining how this girl's hair got cut. Did he sneak in her bedroom at night and cut her hair, or send somebody in there to cut it? He just had his hair coming out. It doesn't come across very well at all. I mean, I get the gist of it, but you would have to do a little bit more explaining to that for that not to just kind of jar me. Like, what the hell happened to her hair? Did he put something in her hair? Was he put something in? Did he poison the jars? Or there's no explanation for that at all. So, and then the woman just bends to the blackmail or to the intimidation automatically. So next thing you know, now Ness is doing the show. I don't think it ever went down so quickly, so smoothly. Anyway, so Angelo's mother knows this woman, the designer, right? They're old friends. So in an event after they've given this girl the go ahead to do the thing, she just buckles under this thing with the hair and gives her the job contract, whatever. They're at an event, and the woman goes and tells. Uh, uh, she goes and has a moment with Angelo's mother. They're at some kind of fundraising event, and Angelo's mother said, "Oh, I like the song. The new layout was beautiful, and all this kind of stuff." And the white woman, goes up to her and says, "Get away from these lions. They're not playing. These are real gangsters." They gotta leave it like that. Get your son away from her and them. They're gangsters. They're gangsters because they cut the little girl's hair off. Could have cut her throat just as easily, I guess she figures. Okay. Now okay, I've already complained about one scene. Usually I only complain about one scene with these Mr. Daniels and Mr. Strong. Danny Strong, right? This next scene here is Anika. Okay, so Anika, I don't like this scene at all. I'm telling you right now, I did not feel it. It didn't come across at all. So I don't know if you're checking in with your writers. I just wish the creators would continue to write the whole damn series. So they bring in all these people, they hire all these different writers and stuff. People might not even be familiar with the story, and so I can always tell there's something different about the writing. And I definitely got it from this next scene. So Lucius comes home from a hard day at work. Anika is in her panties. She's in her sexy lingerie. And as he walks in, she starts breaking shit. I mean, breaking big time shit. All this big vases. And one he claims is worth, he paid $200,000 for. Don't do that. Oh, please. And she smashes that one. And no, not that, not that. And then she smashes another. And then she just starts smashing up shit. And then, but all in her Victoria's Secret, because she had to be in her drawers to smash some vases. She was mad. but she's being sexy and seductive as she's costing him apparently millions of dollars with all these items of his. And then she goes and worms her way over there to him, and then he ends up going and having sex with her. That seems so stupid. Why you got to tear up? I mean, millions of dollars, still millions of dollars, even if he is a record producer. He ain't. He's not Trump. Anyway, so I guess she cost him $1 million or so, and then he ends up making love with her. They're what are they fucking on the? Is that when they fucking on the table? I'm confused. He starts to, oh, I like it when you act like that and all this kind of shit. And so now they go from her having this thing where she's breaking up all this stuff. So he don't not only not kick her ass, he go over there kissing on her now. The mother walks in, you know, accuses him of being nasty, like she's really hateful towards Anika because they're going through. And so she walks away. The mother does after she's broken up this little sexual rendezvous. And they show I have a scene where he's got his tie around his. He takes his tie off. He's wrapping it around his hand. You know how you do when you're about to strangle somebody. Wrapping the tie around his hand. Then he puts it. He walks up behind the mother, who's gone to another room. Wraps it up around her neck. Remember, she showed out at this restaurant also. And he puts it around her neck, and then he gently goes around to the front of her and laces the tie. And she's just tying him. So apparently, the mother was in on it all along. The argument at the restaurant was a fake. Put on a show, put on for the sake of the FBI. Lucius knows all about Tariq reaching out to her, and she has double played him. It was Lucius and her all along. So they finally have their mother-son scene because apparently they're in on it. They're in love, the mother and son. So they have mother and son. So she's been helping them all along. The reason she's in that house is to help perpetuate this situation between Lucius and Anika, like they are really in a relationship and married. So Lucius is losing his mother to throw Tariq off the set. Okay. Jamal does okay. Now remember the song that Jamal said, okay, I won't perform it. He says, cool, I won't perform it then. So they have this get together. This is all the family members, all the brothers, and Cookie and Lucius at the very end of this episode. So Jamal begins to perform this song, and I'm talking about a hateful, evil ass song about Lucius lying. He scrapped the song with the mother, but this one tells everything. It's all in this. Now, why this man don't at some point jump over there and beat the shit out of his son, I don't know. But he sits there and listens to all of these details, even about the murder of Frank Gathers, is all in this song. Right? And so I don't remember now. See, if I saw it again, I would be able to remember the details. Anyway, he makes this hateful ass song telling all about the murders and implications with Lion accusing him of causing Cookie's father's death. So there's a big climactic scene. This almost seems like a season finale, really. But the season finale, or the fall finale, is next week. But it almost has that feel to it, like it's a climax to everything. Of course, Lucius says he will never sing that song in public. Fade to black. One more week. Okay, I hope I did a decent recap of this song. Of this episode. You guys are now watching my reviews, so I'm going to try to figure out what the issue is, because I was getting a couple thousand views on when I did Greenleaf, and then also with Queen Sugar in the beginning, and also with this one. But now, barely trickled people are barely watching it. So I got to figure it out. It ain't your fault. It's my fault. Something I'm not doing right. Maybe I'm talking too long, too much. But we'll see. I'll see if I can get myself together, and we'll have a better time with this next season. But we got one more week to go. I don't know about the show Star. I will check it out. I think the name is kind of tired. It's been done 100 times, and the girls kind of have this Diana Ross and the Supremes look. Not wild about that, but maybe I mean they don't look very hip hop. It doesn't seem like a very current type thing. But we'll see. It's another Lee Daniels project, and maybe I'll get into that. And maybe I won't. I don't know. I'll be glad when Greenleaf comes back, though. I definitely want to get into that. Bye.